Yoga for healing. We're back. Let's tap back in and see what's in the energy and see what the spirit, the holy divine spirit, the creator, our ancestors and spirit guides of the highest light have as a message for us. Because this energy is shifting. The readings will change. Right now, a lot of karmics are just getting strung up. Some of them have stepped into that last trap they planned for you that they're sitting in. And they're whiling and wailing. Help me, help me. But they wanted you dead. They wanted you locked up somewhere. Remember? Bad health. But it looks like you escaped that with it falling sideways and it went right to them. That's present energy. In the past, this person in bad health, what do we need to know? What do we need to know about this person that's in bad health? Come on. Someone that thought they were a privileged lady. The number 3. Someone that thought they had it in order and had a connection with the divine Trinity. That's what the 3 gives me every time I see the number 3. Other than my birth date numbers 3 and my life path numbers 3. Yeah. But somebody is stuck on a foundation that's of bad health. Looks like somebody took something for granted. Yeah, somebody's getting what they deserve. A liability is what I'm hearing. In the future, house. This house can represent their living, their stability, their protection, with that being a gate around it. In the future, something's going on with their foundation, their stability, maybe even their vessel, the housing of where their soul is supposed to be living and shining. But it's not, so they're in bad health, and something's going on with their house, their vessel, their property. Imprisonment. Looks as though someone is in a self-imposed prison. What's their goal? What was the goal? What was the goal that got them imprisoned and ill? That you're not in prison? That they couldn't trap you? Mature man. Number 5, changes. Either this man is you or this man is the one that's sick, that wanted you in prison that couldn't. That was their goal. Or their goal was not to be in prison themselves. We will find out. What's in the subconscious that we need to know? Mature woman and false person wants to come out. Something to do with unexpected income. Oh, really? These people are so interesting. They really are. The advice to this false person who's in bad health, a mature woman that wants to be looked at as a privileged lady. What is the advice for this person that could not imprison you? Or it could go many ways. Let's see what comes out. In the advice, we have this main male, message and courtship. Maybe they are someone that is coming in to give you a message and saying they want to court you. And this female is lurking. Someone that is an older woman that's ill because they couldn't imprison. Well, in the advice section, there is a main male that's getting messages of a courtship. Either of a courtship that you're going to be in, or this is a man that wants to be in a courtship with you. But there's something about this unexpected income and stability. And there's a false person here, and in this card there's two. This may be a couple. That's what it looks like. That's lurking over this mature woman. And they're in bad health. This female especially, because she's not the privileged lady. She may be aware that this man wants to give you a message of a courtship. But you're aware that it's for unexpected income. See, this sounds like the same energy that's been coming out. And even in the last read, we were told that a Knight of Wands is leaving a Queen of Swords because they're both lazy and neither one of them can move forward. Neither one of them are creative. Neither one of them are in touch with themselves. These are people that thought they were both going to get a jump off and jumped into each other and found something they weren't expecting. What's the external? They found out something externally. Oh, they couldn't cause an ending to someone that's innocent. They couldn't cause an ending to you, someone that's innocent. The hopes and fears that they will be in despair because they couldn't get this accomplished on this journey. And the outcome, you will be in a union with someone else. See, they think that they can skip and hop and skedaddle and backtrack and flip-flop forward and sideways and land with you. But they found out that shit is dead, just like they thought you would be. And now they're in despair because they know a union's coming in for you. It doesn't have to be a wedding, a marriage, a love relationship, something romantic. It's partnerships, unions of the same mind, same vibration, same frequency. You will be coming into unions, possibly including marriage on this journey. On a journey that there was a couple lurking over your shoulder. Two deadbeat ass bitches married to each other, trying to stop another's commitment, devotion, and forward movement. They're in bad health because the journey continues. They couldn't stop this train. That 10 is a 1. You're on to your new beginnings. And these suckers can keep on sucking what they've been sucking on. Ashe. Love is in the air. Yes. That 24 is giving me 6, which is giving me lovers that you've had in the past are in their feelings. This is a lover from your past that wants to come back in, but still a false person. They're watching other false people watch you. Someone that they're working together, that they're stuck in a loop, that number 8. They're watching their lover, the new one, watch you. Isn't that sick? Go somewhere, bitch. Go read a book. Go love on your man, your man, your man. Oh, but you in bad health. Why? What is this bad health? They both sick. Sick of each other, sick of their own minds, sick of their lives, sick of not being able to imprison you. What is it that we need to know, Holy Spirit, Divine Creator, about this illness, this sickness, this dis-ease? Well, wow, with magnifying on the bottom of the deck. I'm grabbing the book on this one just so that it's very clear on this well. Because for me, automatically, 41.5 is a lot of changes and shit is going deep. Shit that went deep that's coming into the light. Wishes, resources, creativity, and healing. If you look intently into the depth of my darkness, you may see your true thoughts reflected and your secret wishes revealed. But your wishes will only be granted if you dig deep and work hard. So everything that they've been working on that's being brought up to the light, to the surface, because they are sick, mentally, physically, spiritually, and they are being looked at closer. They don't like that. They can clearly see, taking a closer look, you're not imprisoned. You're not in prison, and that has them sick. Because you not being imprisoned is shedding light upon them, showing their reflection. Just like a Hioka does. Mirrors that shit right back. They couldn't imprison you. They're all up in their feelings. These snakes. That are clearly seen as snakes and rats. Rats and snakes. Greedy, lustful energies. And all their little minion friends, even in the background. We see you. We smell you. We smell the stinky energy. It smells like a bunch of frogs right now. Yeah. Lizards. I hate to give the poor frogs a bad name because frogs are much cuter than them. They didn't achieve their goal of imprisoning you because you recognize these snakes and everything they've been doing in the dark is being brought to the light and they are fucking sick. In the past, this not so privileged lady, this false lady, what do we need to know? Darkness is coming in. This is in reverse. That number 6 is in reverse. This is the end of the line for them because that 6 comes into a 9 now. That's the end of the cycle. And the rain and the storm, the lightning, the thundering is here. Do you know who those ancestors are? Do you? Those storms, It's May, and this feels like fall. Y'all not paying attention? Huh? You have to put on a jacket or a coat sometimes. And it's May. Close to the middle of May. This home, this estate, what do we need to know? What do we need to know about this house? What does this house represent? Is it a house? What is it? Wow. Lineage, foundation. It's your legacy. This was a destiny swap that failed. This house represents your vessel, your stability, your safety, and your protection, and the changes. You're recognizing these changes. You're listening to your ancestors, your spirit guides. Apparently, some did not listen. In their subconscious, they're looking and thinking about this mature woman. What do we need to know about this mature woman? They're loyal. 18 is a 9. They're going the right way. They completed a cycle. They're firm in their foundation and loyalty. But see, these idiots thought you were just a little puppy dog and that they could lead you on a leash. But you took a closer look at these energies. You peep gang, and you're spreading the word on these wannabe Queen Bee and King Bee. These false energies, these false spiritualists, these false family members, these false energies, these entities that take over. Because you're not a rat. You're not among them. 23, that's a 5. These rats didn't make changes. They refused to change. They wanted to stay in their way, still call you crazy, because they're jealous of the connection you have with the divine and forfeit their own to work with rats and snakes that are doomed to go nothing but down further into darkness. Being a false, privileged lady. They were invested in your loyalty to them, not theirs to you. They wanted to pull at that string, that rope. They thought that when they tugged on it, that you would do as they willed you to do, as though they had control. So the ancestors, the spirit guides, know that you're working for your lineage. You're here serving a purpose, and it don't give a fuck who understands, understands, or accepts. This main man saw your gifts, and they used manipulation and tools of the trade, and they sent messages for a courtship. This main man that sees your gifts, this main man is maybe the man that's in this relationship with this woman, or something's going on. We're about to find out. What's with the main man? What do we need to know about the main man? We already know that they work with this lady. They're upside down in a maze. This is a trap they wanted to put you in. It didn't work. So you know where that energy goes. Being a divine feminine, the true one, delivering messages. These messages what do we need to know? They want to stop them. They want to end that. But that ship's not going anywhere. Because you're not in a courtship with them. You're not loyal to them. You're not in a union with them. But you have a higher knowledge. You look closer. You are in your purpose. You put an end to the fuckery that they tried to place upon you. They even used your own babies. This shit is at an end. They don't want it to, but it is. They're stuck. 15, a 6 in reverse. They thought they had a matriarch. They thought they had a matriarch. They thought they had the mama bear, but this bitch was wearing 2 faces. That's why they're stuck and confused and great chaos. This card goes here. They thought they were going to have their wishes come true. They thought they had a key. They thought they had stability. Either this man is finding out that he does not have a matriarch, or this is something that this couple was trying to do to you. But I'm picking up strongly that this is them finding out that this bitch was wearing 2 faces. Gemini energy. Bipolar ass heifer. Male or female, it don't matter. They wanted to block this ending. They wanted to block your unions, and they're in despair because you got a fucking ring. You're already in a commitment with your mission. You are committed, devoted, loyal to your ancestry, your lineage, to the great creator and your purpose. And this makes them sick. So be it. Be sick if you must, because these towers are here for all of you, young and old, because I'm here for a purpose. Call it mental because you don't understand it, because you don't have the same connection, or a connection that you lost, a connection you forfeited because you fell for the trick of a false female that you're going under with, stuck in this chaos, not going nowhere because the shit's been cut off. And now you see you're stuck with someone that's not a true matriarch. The towers are here. Bridges that you cannot cross. The bridges are burned. There's been explosions. And they're in despair because this shit is popped off. They're not getting good news about this two-faced individual that they are looking at, that everyone can see in this glass house. That house that they wanted of protection, of stability. There's word about, because it's clearly seen, they were trying to stop your union, your devotion, your commitment with the one, with the creator, the divine, or one coming in the 3D. They thought they could stop it all. But you have more knowledge than these fools. You have a connection. You're guided. You're guided on your journey. And you are aware of the snakes. Very much aware. You see them without pulling cards. You feel their energy. You feel their anxiety. You can smell their fear. And you've been seeing and watching all this confusion. You're in a strong stance. King of Swords, male or female, you're standing strong. You're on fire. And you with that smoke. Because there's air here. That air is blowing on that fire and it's growing. Because your third eye is popping. You have the knowledge and the wisdom of this two-faced energies. Because you're devoted and you're committed. They thought they had somebody that was in control and very powerful. They're sick, and that is the present energy. They're sick with jealousy, sick with envy, sick with pride and ego, sick of seeing you grow. While they're stuck in a Ten of Swords, having a mental breakdown. Didn't they say you were having one? But that was all manipulation, spell work. Them trying to project that energy onto you. Everybody knows that stigma of the angry black woman. That spell work, those creative ideas all going back on them. Because you cut that shit off. You're revealing the messages that's ending that shit. That ship's not going nowhere. Because the truth died. The truth lives and the lies die. They're not getting good messages because they've been two-faced it. Not even true to themselves. They've been using spell work, manipulation of all sorts, being very resourceful in their desire, using the art of communication. The art of communication. And that Mercury retrograde, wanting to cause chaos. There's a lot more than Mercury. There's Jupiter. There's a lot of, man, y'all better go and look that crap up. You better go look it up. Then you'll get more answers. Because your spell work's not spelling. This privileged lady is seeing the darkness coming upon them. Who is this privileged, not so privileged lady? An Empress in the fucking reverse. That's stuck. They're stuck because they came for your foundation, your stability, your lineage. They may have thought they could be you. They wanted their wishes fulfilled. This Queen of Wands energy. This false person that came for a mature woman. Someone that hung out with rats going in the wrong direction. That wanted that loyalty to remain. They hooked up with somebody. That's a warlock for sure. Doing magic and spell work. We know the story, honey. So go gather more. So that this shit can explode. Because it's meant to be public. You're only helping in that. As I watch. They couldn't imprison you. And that was their goal. Working with snakes. They thought they had a lot of options, but they were all illusions. And that's the end of all their options. And they're stuck. Stuck in their loss and grief of what they have done, what they have said, and they're disappointed because they didn't get the win. Not because they hurt you. That's not it. They're sorrowful and sad because they did not fulfill their sick fantasy, and they're disappointed, and that sickness is causing them dis-ease, that's causing disease to grow, because they had to walk away. Their fate has been set in motion. They have made their own calls. They've done the dirty deeds. They've said the dirty words. They've sent the projections. As the wind picks up blowing outside, imagine it being your daughter, this Empress in reverse. Someone that was gifted, that allowed a man to strip that away from them. I don't know who this Empress is, but I'm resonating. This mature woman that's loyal is sitting on her throne. Strong, balance. King of Pentacles energy. That fire and earth. In abundance. Very generous. Prospering. A solid foundation and secure. Always a provider. Cared. Sensible. And reliable. Third eye popping. That Leo Virgo energy. While this person that's ill over here in the Ten of Swords is a Gemini that's been working out of their root chakra. They have Gemini somewhere in their chart. That doesn't have to be their born under sign. Because we also have Jupiter and Pisces here. Venus, Aquarius. And we also have Taurus in reverse. This energy. That Empress has Taurus somewhere strongly in their chart. While you sit on your throne, you call judgment down. Because that is of your authority. You are astute. You do not abuse it. You are a reflection, and you cast reflection of those that don't want to see their own. That inner calling. They're getting the signs. But what is this false energy doing, these rats? They're stuck and holding on to their energy, what little they have. They're clinging as the wind picks up again. I should open the window a little bit more. We can hear it. They're stuck because you're on your new beginnings. You're innocent and free. You're not holding on and taking on anyone's baggage, no one's pain. You've grown. Your crown you're wearing. That Uranus energy in Aquarius. You're getting yes while they're getting no's. You're communicating that air energy. Human nature's playing. Fresh beginnings. Free spirit and an adventure. Simple. And your desire to start new is what kept you afloat. To walk away from the old. To not be stuck. To not be ended. Now this main man that wanted to be the third party in my situation gets no rewards, and they have no balance. They're disorganized, disgruntled, stuck at square one. They're a failure. They lack any recognition that they want, that of reward. They have fallen from grace because they chose an Empress in reverse. And this is being communicated that is ended. That journey's gone. Because they realize that this is not a queen bee. It's not a mama bear. This is a pretendo Queen of Pentacles energy. Or this might be you. They see you nurturing. They see the true Queen of Pentacles energy in you, the homemaker, the working parent, the financial provider, the one that's organized, that's socially conscious, that's a healer, that's practical, that's not falling for the tricks. They can be loyal, genuine, and of truth in their messages. These messages, that's your connection with Source. The universe pays you. That is who you work for. The universe that brings you new beginnings, and that is your fucking career. And you don't care who likes it or not. They're in a tower. You're doing what you're meant to do, what you were called to do, in your purpose, and everybody else can eat dirt. Because you cut all of that shit off. No one's going to come between the connection of your soul's journey, your soul's purpose. No union, no conflict, because that's what they want to bring. You have self-love. They feel like that's a bad choice. Self-love, you're being a hermit. You're in isolation. You don't go outside. Who says we don't go outside? You misunderstood the word isolation. Isolation does not mean you don't go outside. It means you isolate and protect your energy. You isolate from those things that you cut off, that you are not taking part of. You stand guard, isolated. And then you know it's for your own protection and for theirs. That ship is done. It's not going nowhere. That's why they're in sorrow and grief. Because they found out they're not the top big bear. You call justice, and it is here. The cause and effect of their karma is here. Balance, Libra energy, that Venus, that love they wanted to use, that heartstring they wanted to pull. See, you're in the upright. You're healed. They couldn't tug at old wounds that's already been thoroughly healed. So this bitch thought that they could come up against you being a fraud. And they're heartbroken because you don't accept mediocre. You know that you hold the paper and the pen. And you're planning, making decisions. And you're traveling, keeping distance. Discovering new things. This has them in anticipation because they know that you're anticipating all these good things coming in because you cut off what needed to be cut off, and that's stuck in the past. And they wanted to end your unions, but that didn't happen. They couldn't stop your union. They couldn't block